Join Mark and I as we hike into the mountains west of Bridgeport, California on a multi-day fishing expedition. We got into camp about 10:30, something like that. And just as the rain started, it was a pretty violent storm. So in the rain, we set up the big tarp and hid under that for a little bit until it finally stopped. And we were able to scout out a better place to put up our shelters. So we had a little bit of blue skies and sunshine, and we set up our tents, and now we're into our second storm. Did have some time to make up some hot coffee and ramen noodles, so I got something warm in me, and now it's just a matter of managing the runoff inside my tent here. Get a little bit of splash up from the sides, but otherwise it's pretty dry, and my job is to keep the sleeping bag up out of the splash zone. Big one. So my entertainment for the next until it dries out is to watch the water run down the side of my tent. I think I'll take a little nap here. That hot food was pretty good. Just kind of a steady soaking rain all afternoon, so I slept that off in the tent, and woke up. Looks like we probably had at least ½ inch, maybe 3/4 inch of rain collected in my fry pan here. So at least we've got fresh water. I'm gonna go down to the lake and see what that looks like. Mark's not in his tent. He must be down fishing, maybe. Finally getting my first view of the lake. Turn you around and see what that looks like. There's the log jam over there. And I think I'll work myself around. Maybe I can get out towards that rocky point over there. And I'm also on the lookout to see where Mark is. So I'm just gonna explore Green Lake here. Noticing with these storms, quite a bit of water coming down the hill, kind of up over in here. You can hear it running pretty strong with the rainstorms. Probably better fishing on the other side over there. This looks real shallow, and might be okay in the morning. They might be cruising in here in the morning. I understand there could be some bighorn sheep in this area, maybe up in the hills up above and in the rocks. I don't know what they do in the weather here, but I'm gonna do some glassing and see if I can find some sheep. Yeah, real pretty area. I think I'm gonna head back. I've got about a hour and 20 maybe to make some dinner before it gets too dark. Little shelter inspection. Looks okay. Shedding water just fine. And there's nothing puddling up around the outside of the tent, so pretty happy with the way the tent is set up. I'll take you up to our kitchen here. Got the big tarp. Nice high set, the high ridge line. There's Mark's water station, filtration. Feel that gravity flow through the filter. This is it. This is a kitchen, dining room, living room, a chair, a stove here. Well, nothing real special for dinner. It was a no-cook, cold meal. Had the ramen for lunch earlier, and that really helped warm me up. So for dinner, we had the albacore tuna in a pouch and one tortilla. Broke open the jerky, had a little bit of that, and I think I'm gonna have a little sugar now before it gets dark. A couple slices of mango, and call that good. I think I'm good on water. Thing before we close down on Saturday night here is Mark. Where's Mark? I'm thinking he's probably in his tent. I'm not sure. He might be out scouting the fishing areas, but it's gonna be dark in about 30 minutes, so I'm gonna be looking for Mark and listen for his whistle. I've been hearing rock falls up on the hillside up there. You hear a big clunk and a bang, bang, bang. It's boulders coming down, but yeah, we'll see what Mark's plan is for dinner when he gets back here. Maybe he's got some trout. Well, it's Sunday morning. Sun's not up yet, but I am. It's just time to get out of the tent eventually. It's about 6 a.m. or something like that. Walk down to the lake looking for signs of fish. I could see a few little spots out there where there might be fish feeding on top, but it's just a real pretty area here. Nice, kind of a cathedral of high rocks. Yeah, it feeds into the water feeds into the lake here. Hopefully the sky will stay friendly. There's some clouds coming in from the west, kind of a monsoonal flow here, so we'll see if we can stay dry today. I should say I slept really well. I was probably in the tent about 10 hours, but I slept well. Back's a little sore from lying down so long. It's not cold here. I would say it's probably low 50s, 10 degrees C, so 50 Fahrenheit-ish, something like that. Humidity's up there. It's probably 60% or so, 70%. Ground's saturated. A little bit of the morning routine here. Here's our kitchen area. Looks like it's unmolested from animals. A couple chairs. So now we go off and we look for food canisters. Not sure where Mark put his. He went to bed before I did. But I put mine up on the hill here, away from where we sleep. I left the pot out so I could see how much rain we got during the night. Not very much, just a few sprinkles. Looks like my water's boiling, so it's time to make my coffee. I've got my instant coffee here. I got my cup from Camp Lass and Boy Scouts. I'm not sure why, but it seems like my coffee always kind of tastes like onions in the morning. I'm not sure why, but I'll figure that out. I'm not sure how well you can see this, the clarity of the water here. It's beautiful, and that granite sandy bottom, some logs jammed up in there. Really pretty fishing spot, but no fish yet. I did see one cruising along the shoreline over on the other side there this morning, but so I know there's fish out here, but I just can't seem to find them. We'll keep looking. In the meantime, it's a real pretty spot to dry out my shoes and just enjoy the view. Well, for beauty, this is a very pretty spot. Not having any luck on fish, though. Might have to go with snares or maybe a Paiute deadfall or something. Still got food in my bear-proof container, but you never know. I must stock up on protein. Give it one more cast here. Nothing. And starting to hear some thunder. Getting little raindrops again too, so. But it's been kind of like that all day, just on and off. Well, with fishing, what it is, not very good. Running out of protein, so I've rigged up a Paiute deadfall here, so maybe I can catch a little critter or something in there. Come back and check it later. Maybe we'll have some luck. It's Monday morning, day 3. Slept really well. It was pretty warm last night. Got up during the night, went outside, and I don't think it was below 50. It's real nice evening. And take a little walk about around the camp and see if there's any activity last night. Just take a morning walk around. I've already been down to the lake. It's pretty flat. Not too much fish activity, so maybe we'll have better luck today. I like to get a little exercise in the morning, walking back and forth. Oh, what do we have here? Oh, that's that deadfall I set up yesterday. I think we might have some activity here. I'm gonna take a look, see what we've got here. Looks like I might have caught something. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Nobody's gotten to it yet. Yeah, that looks like oh, that's a fat one. Yeah, that'll be real nice with coffee this morning. Yeah, that's great. I'm gonna take him back to camp, skin him up. Boy, that's gonna be good. Mark and I broke camp this morning. I'm gonna try a different lake here, so probably hike for, I don't know, 45 minutes or so. It's only a mile and a half, something like that. Get us up to a little different lake, East Lake. So it's a little investment in elevation, but hopefully the fishing's better. I think it may have been just the overcast days, all that flat light, and fish just weren't biting down at Green Lake. So we'll see if the juice is worth the squeeze here as we head up this trail. Like I say, it's pretty good change in elevation. Yeah, miles and miles of on trail like this, your mind can wander, think about lots of things, poems, prayers, promises, things that we believe in, how sweet it is to love someone and how right it is to care. How long it's been since yesterday, and what about tomorrow? What about our dreams and all the memories we've shared? You know, your mind just drifts. I should probably write that down. It's pretty good words there. Looks like we're just arriving at East Lake. It's the last creek crossing. And we should have the lake just around the corner in just a little bit. We'll see what we see. We're getting our first glimpse of East Lake here from the trail on the east side of East Lake. And we'll see what the fishing is like today. Oh, here's a perfect campsite for a tent. Except yesterday that was probably under 2 inches of water. So flat spots are good, but I'm gonna say no on this one. After some searching around and consulting with Mr. Garmin, I think we found a nice campsite that we saw from up above, so we've dropped down through that loose shale down at the bottom, close to the water's edge. Should be nice campsites up here that we spotted from on high. I'd say this looks pretty good. I don't see any signs that says no camping. This means you. Yeah. I'm back in my tent again after a real nice morning. It was sunny and warm this morning, and then pretty uneventful setting up our shelters here at East Lake at the new campsite. And then after lunch it turned cold and kind of rainy again, so a little bit of drizzle, but the wind is the big thing. It really takes the heat out of you. Well, if you look closely, you might see this little animal called a pika. He's a little mammal with a super high metabolism, and they live under these rocky areas in the High Sierra. Normally you don't see them below 10,000 feet. They like the high altitudes. But here we are at 9,000 feet down by the lake, and get to see this little pika. Here we go. Pays to be patient. Finally got one nice big brook trout. Probably the biggest brook I've ever seen. Usually these are rainbow or something this size. But huge jaw, huge teeth. He even has teeth on his tongue. Ow, I think he's biting me. I gotta put this thing down, clean him. All right, yeah. Big fish. The mountains can certainly be difficult and unforgiving, but there's quiet moments too, and I'm often reminded of Roy Batty's monologue, his soliloquy at the end of Blade Runner 1982, science fiction movie, where he's contemplating his own mortality and all the memories that'll be lost. And he says, "I've seen things that people wouldn't believe. Attack ships on fire off the shoulder of Orion. I've watched sea beams glitter in the dark near the Tannhauser Gates. All these moments will be lost in time, like tears in rain." This is Tim. I'm officially tapping out. Thanks, Mark, for another enjoyable trip. And thanks to the wives, Diana and Lynn, that still put up with us and our lunatic mountain adventures. Thank you.